Hi Jamie, I'm just giving this a test run. So I'm going to record myself completing one of the questions I gave you for homework, not last week, the week before, one of the asset disposal questions. So I'm just going to complete it here with you. Well, not with you, you're going to watch the video, but I'm going to talk you through how to complete this question, things to look out for, step by step, the calculations, how to do this question, because we do have limited time together, only one lesson until your prelim paper. So I'm just giving this a shot. If it works, I'll do it for the other question I set you. If it doesn't, I'll make another plan. But I probably would have explained this to you in our lesson because I don't think you would watch this before our lesson because at the moment our lesson's in about 2 hours. But I'll explain this to you during our lesson. But that's just a bit of me rambling. So the first thing we do when we come to this question, the first easy mark we could see is the carrying value at the beginning of the year over here, right? It's an easy mark because they've already given us these two values. So all we need to do is calculate that value there. So let me just do that quickly before we start the question. 1740000 minus 651,123. Okay. Then we get the figure. Okay, let me make this a bit bigger. Sorry. Okay. 1089123. Okay, brilliant. There we go. Done with that. Now, when we come to the information booklet, extracted balances on 1 October 2021. Okay, so extracted balances basically means these were the values in the books at the start of the financial year. We could see the start of the financial year is the 1st of October 2021, and the end of the financial year, if you go to number 2, it says for the year ended 30th September 2022. So that's the financial year we're working with, right? Okay. And we could see there they've kindly already put in the equipment value and the accumulated depreciation on equipment. So the equipment value here, we could see it says cost price, and that's the accumulated depreciation. Cool. Now, it says the following transactions relate to equipment for the year ended 30th September 2022. On the 31st of July 2022, an oven that cost 460,000 Rand caught fire and was destroyed. The accumulated depreciation on the oven on the 1st of October 2021 was 138,000 Rand. Okay. First thing we notice, okay, we come here to depreciation on equipment that was destroyed. Okay. First thing I'd write down is cost. Cost was 460,000, right? Brilliant. Accumulated depreciation was, oopsies, 138, right? Now just be careful that 138 and this 460,000, these are it's only one of the pieces of equipment we have. We come here and we see it's 1.74 million, right? So it's only, okay, I don't know what happened there. There we go. It's only a part of the accumulated depreciation and only a part of the cost over there, okay? Cool. Now, the first question says depreciation on equipment that was destroyed. Okay, but what don't we have? We don't have how they depreciate. Let's go back to our information booklet and see if they say anything there. The next thing they say was the oven was replaced on the 1st of February with a new one that was purchased on account. Okay, you notice there they didn't mention anything about how much it was purchased for. Okay, so it probably means this addition figure here might be a balancing figure, right? Because they haven't told us they replaced it with one that cost exactly the same, because it wouldn't be surprising to assume, okay, they're replacing the oven. Our original oven cost 460,000. This one is going to cost 500,000. 460,000, sorry, because it's the same oven. But remember, if you bought an oven in 2020, it's probably not going to cost that much in 2021. So we could maybe put like a star here by addition. So we know, okay, it's probably going to be a balancing figure or some other non-traditional calculation. Okay. Depreciation is calculated at 18% per annum on the diminishing balance method. Brilliant. So we can come back to our depreciation on equipment that was destroyed. Okay. So how do we calculate that? Diminishing balance method. So we work out the cost price was 460,000 minus 138. Now, notice that this 138 was at the beginning of the year. We made use of this piece of equipment for October, November, December, and January. That's 4 months, right? October, November, December, and January, right? Because it was the 31st of Jan that caught fire. So we used it the whole of Jan. 1, 2, 3. Okay, sorry. 1. Let me do this rather. That makes it confusing. Whole of October, whole of November, whole of December, whole of Jan. 4 months. So we times by 4 over 12, right? Times 18%, which gives us, do my calculator, 460,000 minus 138,000 times 4 over 12 times 0.18 is 19320. Brilliant. So we've got that. 2 marks secured. Okay. So we read the information. We know there's no other disposals. So when it says disposals here, always know it's at carrying value. Okay. So to work that out, our carrying value, we take our cost, which is 460,000. We subtract our accumulated depreciation, which is the 138,000 plus this bit of depreciation here for the year that we just worked out. We can't forget this bit when we're doing the disposal, right? Plus 19320. Okay, and we work that out. Minus 138 plus 19320. We get 302,680. Okay, now you're not done there. Remember, oh my word, what is happening? You must put a bracket, right? Because it's a disposal, it's reducing the value of our assets, so we put a bracket. Brilliant. Okay. Depreciation on remaining equipment. Okay. So how are we going to work out the cost of our remaining equipment? We know our equipment was 174,000. Okay. But remember, it's asking about the remaining equipment. So we need to take out the equipment that we sold, right? This 460K. Now we know we're working with diminishing balance. So we need to find the cost price. So we need to subtract the accumulated depreciation, which was 651,123. But remember, this 651,000 includes the accumulated depreciation on the vehicle that we sold. So we need to take out this 138, right? Which is the accumulated depreciation on what we sold. So this is going to get us the cost of our remaining vehicles, right? Yo, sorry. Ooh, I think I've put it in my calculator here wrong. Minus 460,000. Gets us to 767,123. So this amount here is the carrying value of remaining equipment, right? Remaining equipment. Okay, Now, all we need to do to get the depreciation on the remaining equipment is we kept it the whole year, right? So we go 767,123 times 18%, because that's our depreciation amount, which gets us to 138,060. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so we've got those figures. We obviously can't come put them in depreciation just yet because we know we bought a new vehicle. So, but now it says calculation of cost price of new equipment. How are we going to do that? Let's see. We have the cost price of the equipment at the beginning of the year. We have the cost price of the equipment at the end of the year, don't we? We've got both of those. So we can make use of that to calculate our addition, right? Because at the beginning of the year, we had 1.74 million, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then during the year, we sold a piece of equipment with a cost price of 460,000, right? And then during the year, we bought a piece of equipment, right? But we don't know that value. So we're going to just say plus X. But we know at the end of the year, it's 1.78 million rand, right? Because obviously at the beginning of the year, we had, let me just get this highlighter. At the beginning of the year, we had this much, right? We had 1.74 million. The end of the year, we have 1.78 million. We know we sold something with a cost price of 460,000, right? We're dealing with cost prices here. So we need to deal with the cost price of the sold, right? So this is what we had at the beginning of the year. This is what we got rid of. This is what we bought. We don't know that value, but we know we bought this. And then this is how much we have at the end of the year. So all we need to do is you could solve it in your calculator or do it like a regular equation. And then we get that X is equal to, let me just do it here on my calculator, 1.74 million, blah, blah, blah. X is equal to, should be 500,000, right? Plus, let me just make double sure. Brilliant. 500,000, okay? Now we can go straight here to our additions and we could put 500,000, right? Because we know there were no other additions. And remember, no bracket around additions because it doesn't reduce the value of our assets. And then we could also put here additions at cost price, right? Cool. Then they've been very nice to us here. They say depreciation on new equipment, right? So we know our equipment cost 500,000. We multiply it by 18%. And how long did we have it for? We bought it on the 1st of February, right? So we have it for February, March, April, May, June. Sorry, I've lost count already. I'm doing on my fingers now. February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. We can't forget about September because it's the 30th of September. So we still have it for the whole month of September. So, oopsies. Times by 8 over 12, right? Put this in my calculator. Times 0.18 times 8 over 12. 60,000. A nice number. Cool. Now we could start filling in the depreciation. The depreciation over here is all of our depreciation expense for the entire year, right? So you have to include the depreciation on your sold item there as well. Because if you think about it, this figure needs to match what's on your income statement, right? So even though we sold the item, you still have to account for that depreciation throughout the year. So it's very nice of them. We calculate a depreciation figure here, a figure here, and a figure here. So all we need to do is add those three figures together. The 1932 plus the 138060 plus the 60,000, right? Then we get a depreciation figure of 217,038. 217,380, sorry. And then remember, bracket, because it's what? It's reducing the value, right? It's reducing the value of our assets. So we need to, sorry, got a snotty nose. It's reducing the value of our assets, so we need to put a bracket, okay? Now, this is probably the most complicated calculation when doing accumulated depreciation. So this is how I like to do it, and I suggest you do it this way as well. If your teacher gives you another method that you prefer, do it, but this method always works for me. So the end of the year, accumulated depreciation, right? We need to add the depreciation for the year. 217,380, which we got from here, right? There's a link, right? Okay. But now the issue is this figure, both of these figures actually, this figure includes the accumulated depreciation of our sold vehicle, and this figure includes the depreciation of our sold vehicle. So they both include parts that shouldn't be there. So we subtract the 138,000 because the 138 is included in this 615 and it shouldn't be, right? So we subtract it to get it out. And then in this 127,380, what's included there that shouldn't be? This 19, right? Okay, those bad circles. Boop. The 19320, right? So we need to subtract that as well. So it's oh my word, sorry. We're subtracting it. So I add the two of them together because obviously you're subtracting both of them. Because these two, you're subtracting this whole thing together. So I just add them together because I know this is the depreciation portion of our sold vehicle. So you add these two together, but then you subtract them, okay? And then we get a nice figure of 711,060. Once again, please do not forget your brackets. Simple as that. All you need to do is take these accounting questions step by step, see what you have. All of these blocks here, I don't know why this rule is here. All of these blocks here guide you in how to answer the question. Because you see here, you calculate depreciation here, calculated here, calculated here. You use all three of these to get this figure here. This helps you calculate this here. And then all the other ones you fill in, obviously through a balancing figure or this, for example, the accumulated depreciation here. Cool. I'm not sure how long this video is, but I would like you to go through this. No, you know what? I'll explain it to you in the lesson.